from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We're following a developing story as the search intensifies for a Fargo woman who's pregnant. Fargo police are trying to figure out where Savannah LaFontaine Graywind is and why she disappeared. Right now, as you just saw, a canine is going through the neighborhood where Graywind was last seen. The canine and its handlers covered several blocks in North Fargo. Our photographer right there now says that they're still looking. Graywind is described as Native American with long, dark brown hair and green eyes. She was last seen Saturday when she went to a neighbor's apartment to get fitted for a dress. She is 8 months pregnant and was looking forward to moving into her new apartment next week, according to her family. Fargo Deputy Chief Joe Anderson tells Valley News Live Graywind's disappearance is a little bit odd, but he says they have no evidence to suggest any sort of crime has been committed. Despite that, Graywind's mom, Norbetta, is, as you might imagine, very worried. She doesn't believe her daughter was taken off on her own. If you have any information on Graywind's whereabouts, you're asked to call the Fargo Police Department.
It's like a little dot in the sky that's orange and cloudy.
The hazy sky and high clouds were not keeping people from missing a Mother Nature spectacular today, the total solar eclipse. While Fargo Moorhead wasn't completely darkened by it, MSUM put up 2 special telescopes, a sun spotter, and had eclipse glasses on hand for kids and adults alike. The James Carlson Library in Fargo also had glasses to hand out with lots of activities for kiddos. At NDSU, hundreds took advantage of their lunch hour this first day of class to see the show, Dark Side of the Moon, rocking over the crowd. And people everywhere shared with their excitement.
He told me don't stare at him, like, but it's pretty.
We are watching the sun and moon change in different ways. And we went inside for a little bit to get a cookie.
It's supposed to be the darkest at 1, but yeah, it's kind of freaky.
It's blackened and crescent. It's very neat.
By the way, Fargo Moorhead will be in the path of a totality when another solar eclipse happens in 2099. The eclipse was also a big hit in the Northern Valley, with many kids, parents, and interested spectators turning out in Grand Forks. More than 100 people came to the Grand Forks Public Library to check out the astronomical event. But here we still have some clouds from that historic eclipse, so it may have been a little bit difficult to see for some, and it looks like those clouds are sticking around, but we're wondering for how long. I'm sure Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson has that answer, don't you, Hutch?
I do, but I can't stop but think about our day of science. Take a look at these characters out there taking part at their pinhole projectors here in Erskine, Minnesota. That's safe viewing. That's smart. So if you saw kids walking around with boxes on their heads or those funny looking glasses, Cheyenne, thank you for uploading your photo. Fantastic shot there. How about this one? All smiles with that view with those safe glasses. Becky Mitchell's daughter enjoying a view of the solar eclipse today. A few scattered showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder making their way through Beltrami County. From the Red Lakes area south towards Bemidji is where we have the heaviest rain showers taking place. And a quick look into the Pembina County area, Cavalier to Grafton, seeing some showers. These are passing northwest to southeast. Most of us stay dry tonight. In Fargo, we're going to see mostly clear skies this evening and temperatures in the 60s. Likewise, a few more clouds in Grand Forks, but I think we stay dry there as well. It's not going to be dry all week, and it's not going to be super hot either. Some cooler fall-like weather around us. I'll have details in your forecast in a minute.
All right, thank you, Hutch.
You bet.
And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app. That way you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. Just go ahead and search VNL Weather in the App Store to download it for free. Drone business is taking off and now jobs are following. The UAS Summit kicked off in Grand Forks, and as some companies are setting up shop, others are wondering what more people coming to town could mean for the community. Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin tells us how drone technology is changing the Northern Valley.
And I can tell you that the drone industry is currently one of the hottest ones.
Andre Sursen works for Sharper Shape, a company that started out of Finland.
It makes economic sense to fly the drones on longer distances.
Favorable regulation is why they started overseas. Now favorable regulation has led them to open an office in Grand Forks. They say it's because there's no better place to be on the forefront of UAS technology.
Grand Forks is very drone friendly. We knew that coming in here, and that's one of the main reasons that drew us here.
They have a booth at the annual UAS Summit that kicked off today at the Alaris Center as companies around the world got together here down the road. Two of the biggest players in the drone world are making waves today at Grand Sky. General Atomics is breaking ground on a UAS pilot training center. In the meantime, their competitors, Northrop Grumman, well, they plan on hiring 100 more people by the end of the year. Some wary of the effects that more people in the region will mean. Others say it's all good.
Grand Forks County is primed to grow.
Brandon Bombach with the Grand Forks Region Economic Corporation says the county's infrastructure is prepared for growth and that smaller towns in the county could be seeing some new faces.
I've already heard that a Northrop Grumman employee purchased a home in Hatton, North Dakota, because some people, wherever they're coming from, may prefer to live out in the countryside rather than in town.
How much UAS technology will add to the region, we'll have to wait and see. From Grand Forks, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
The Regional Economic Corporation did a housing study to see if small towns can handle more people moving into town. The study published this July found that more and more people are living in Grand Forks City and less in the county. Multifamily housing has boomed in the city, but nationally housing units for large family homes grew by 9%. In Grand Forks, it grew by 23%. The study found smaller communities have the infrastructure to handle more people, but growth takes the path of least resistance. Investigators are still working to figure out what caused a garage fire in Dilworth this morning. The call came in around 7 a.m. at a house on 13th Street Northeast. Homeowners woke up and noticed smoke and charring around the garage doors, but crews are not sure what started the fire, when it started, or how long it lasted. Fire officials say the family is lucky it wasn't more serious. While the garage and cars inside are damaged, the inside of the home was not touched by smoke or flames. And police in Jamestown have opened a criminal investigation into a garage fire. This past Wednesday, emergency crews were called to a detached garage fire at 1213 5th Avenue Southeast. Further investigation found that the garage was being used as a living space, but it's not known if the garage was occupied at the time of the fire. Fire crews have turned the investigation over to the Jamestown Police Department. U.S. North Dakota Senator John Hoeven will be hosting a drought roundtable in Jamestown on Wednesday. The roundtable will be held at the North Dakota Farmers Union headquarters at 1415 12th Avenue Southeast. Hoeven will sit down with agriculture producers, commodity groups, and state officials to talk about the ongoing drought conditions in North Dakota. Senator Hoeven will also touch on the efforts of the federal government to provide relief to North Dakota farmers and ranchers. That roundtable will begin at 1 p.m. The city of Fargo has been awarded over $1 million to help the development of a couple of projects in town. Congressman Kevin Cramer announced today that the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has awarded over $600,000 to the Community Development Block Grant. This program provides yearly grants to help provide decent housing and suitable living. Another $336,000 was awarded to the Home Grant. Now, that program provides supply for affordable housing to low-income families. Many from our viewing area will be flocking to the Twin Cities over the next 2 weeks for the Minnesota State Fair. There's going to be tons of new food and other goodies to sink your teeth into. Daily general admission passes are $11. There's also a pretty star-studded lineup this year. They're performing at the grandstand, including Nickelback, Toby Keith, and Usher, just to name a few. This Thursday, and it runs through Labor Day, September 4th. Now, if you want more information, head over to the Minnesota State Fair for their website. A few Minnesotans are trying their hand at one of the world's toughest obstacle courses. We've got that story coming up in minutes on Valley News Live at 6.
And the sun's rays blocked by the moon and a few clouds in the valley. We were on our way up to 70s, but we slipped back into those 60s during the event. Now we are warming. I'll have details on what you can expect for the rest of your work week coming up right after this.